This is Congresswoman Cindy Axne on the left. She's friends with the woman on the right. That's Nevada's Congresswoman Susie Lee. Now, Nevada is one of the more aggressive states right now, trying to dethrone Iowa. They want to host the Democrats' first presidential contest in 2024 and switch back to a primary format after a short try with the caucus. Iowa's caucuses have been first in the nation since 1972. The Democratic National Committee's Rules and Bylaws Committee stripped Iowa of that waiver it got, so now Iowa will have to apply to try to go first, just like any other state tries to do for 2024. Any optimism at all for Iowa remaining first, Congresswoman Axne?
I don't like to look at anything as a lost cause. If I believe that it's an outcome that we should get, I always figure out a way that we can try and get there. But I will tell you, Dave, there have been a lot of people that have come up to me on the House floor from Nevada and New Hampshire saying, you guys aren't going to be first anymore. And they are working very hard.
Well, your colleague in Nevada really wants to go first, right?
Yes.
And she has seen as they've switched back to a primary.
Yeah. And so let me tell you, they are actively working to make sure that they're first. So I know that the competition is going to be tough. Unfortunately, we've had a couple snafus again with the caucuses. There are a lot of people out in Washington and the powers that be in politics in general that don't want to see that anymore. I think, unfortunately, that could hurt us. The sad thing is I think we do pick really good candidates here out of Iowa, and I hope that we can retain this first-in-nation status because we pick people with a level of seriousness that I'm not sure other states do, and I think we really come out with great candidates. And so I hope they consider those things and not just the process.
Help people figure out, like how does this get saved? Does the State Central Committee, when they get together, is it going to have to be changing the process? I presume everybody wants to keep the caucus, or most people do. So is there anything you can recommend that can change it to make it more accommodating, get more people there?
Yeah, well, I think we absolutely have to do that.
And you all have worked on that in the past, this last cycle, right?
That's right.
All the changes there at least opened the door to get more people there.
And Dave, that is one of the big concerns that I hear quite often, that it's not an inclusive process because it's, if you have children, really tough to go for 3 hours and sit in a room with young children during dinner time. If you're an elderly person, that can be very tough. You're standing room only in many of these cases. You work at night. There's so many reasons.
Just finding the places to host it.
Right, just finding the places to host it and then setting aside that much time. I think we are going to have to be a little bit more adaptive to people's needs for us to be able to have first in place continue for Iowa. And it certainly would come with things like possibly, a different day of the week, a Saturday where more people are off work, extended, hopefully some ways where we can get people who can't make it there options to be a part of it as well.
Sort of like absentee, kind of?
Yeah, absentee, childcare. You mentioned that Obama did that back in the day, brought childcare, and I think we need to bring in childcare. There's big restrictions on food and everything like that. Well, people need water and food. And so I think we need to be a little bit more flexible on those issues for us to really retain first in nation, because I'm going to tell you, they are gunning for us when it comes to this. I've heard it in the halls, and I know those other states are working hard to dismantle Iowa from the front.
Have you had a chance to talk to the president?
Briefly talked to him in the motorcade over to Menlo when we made the E15 announcement. I talked to him on many issues.
I mean, it would have helped had he done better here, probably, right? I mean, he finished fourth.
Yes. But, I know the president appreciates what we do here. I know he really appreciates the thought process that Iowans put into this. And he loves Iowa. So I nudged him and said, we need to be first. We have delivered diverse candidates. We have taken a system that most people would never engage in and made it work for this country. We've delivered presidents first out of this state for this country. So I'd say we've done a pretty good job. And I told him, last time around, a lot of things came together at the same time. The DNC wanted to see changes. Senator Sanders wanted to see changes. The party wanted to see changes. And anytime you put all of those changes in the same time frame, you're going to have some problems. And so, unfortunately, the nation got to see us work through those problems. And that's really, I think, where we're hurting. I hope that they can overlook that and say, look at the results, though, that this state has produced.
Have you, in your conversations with your friend from Nevada, have you all discussed the possibility, some people here have talked about, is it time we just team up? Iowa just teams up, so we're sort of co-first, if you will. Like, are those conversations happening?
Well,
is that even practical?
That's the first time I've heard that. Not a bad idea. No, you know, I think everybody just wants to be first in nation, and they think that this is their chance to make it happen. So they're going to go full throttle. A heavy lift indeed. All right, a rare moment we want to share with you next.